Being strong was always a good thing. Dependable, responsible, the one who gets it done. Today I want to look at how that strength can quietly complicate recovery, why it's not your fault, what strength might need to mean now, and one small piece to practice it this week. Maybe you've been the dependable one, the person people can count on, the one who keeps going no matter what. Those qualities serve us, that's for sure. Careers, families, difficult seasons. But here's something I've noticed. In my own health journey and working with people living with Crohn's and colitis, and also other chronic digestive issues, sometimes the very traits that help us succeed can make recovery harder. Not because they're bad, but because healing asks something different. I hear this line a lot. I just pushed through it. On the surface, it sounds admirable. Pushing through is how many people build careers, raise families, meet deadlines, shoulder responsibility. It's how they survive. But eventually the body speaks a language determination can't override. You can push through a meeting, you can push through a deadline. At some point, pushing through symptoms stops working. And when your identity is built on resilience, that can feel infuriating. Like you've hit something you can't outwork, outdiscipline, or out-organize. Over the years, I've noticed the people who struggle most aren't those who lack resilience. Often they have too much of it. They spent decades overriding signals, ignoring fatigue, working through stress, putting others first, but also meeting expectations and showing up no matter what. It becomes automatic. The question shifts from how am I feeling to what needs to get done. The body becomes something to manage, to push, to negotiate with, instead of something to actually listen to. That, I think, is one of the most overlooked challenges in recovery, because recovery isn't always about becoming stronger. Sometimes it's about redefining strength. What if strength isn't ignoring signals, it's noticing them? What if strength isn't pushing through exhaustion, it's recognizing that exhaustion means something? What if strength isn't carrying everything alone, it's admitting that carrying everything alone isn't working anymore? We live in a culture that celebrates hustle, productivity, achievement, and endurance. We're taught strength means continuing. We're rarely taught that strength can also mean pausing, listening, adjusting, and responding. I've worked with people who tried for years to force their body to cooperate. What finally created change wasn't trying harder, it was learning how to stop fighting, to be curious instead of frustrated, and to respond instead of overriding signals. It might sound simple. For someone whose identity is built on perseverance, it's one of the hardest shifts. And this isn't just a health challenge, it's ultimately an identity challenge. The skills that helped you survive may not be the same skills that help you heal. And that's uncomfortable to hear, but also freeing. Because once recovery stops being something to conquer, it can become a relationship to rebuild with your body, with yourself, and with your life. In 60 seconds, I'll share one tiny practice to try this week, just a different kind of strength you can test without overhauling anything. So here it is. Pick one of these for the next 3 days. Swap push through for pause and check once per day. Ask what's the smallest adjustment that would help right now. Pacing, timing, or pressure. Protect one non-negotiable cue. That could be your sleep window, morning light, or a 7 to 10 minute post-meal walk, even on busy days. When you notice exhaustion, change one thing instead of adding more effort. Simplify dinner, move it earlier, or say no to one extra task. You're not proving discipline, you're practicing responsiveness, a different expression of strength. If there's one thing to take from today, let it be this. Being strong got you this far. There's nothing wrong with that. But maybe the next chapter isn't asking you to become stronger, it's asking you to relate to strength differently, to listen where you've pushed, to trust where you've controlled, and to respond where you've overridden. Maybe that's not weakness at all. Maybe that's the kind of strength your body has been asking for all along. And remember this, fear is a low vibrational state, a low energy state. And when it comes to healing, energy is everything.